5 great exercises that you can do at home. They're all basically one-legged based. Hey guys, Mark McKilley with Live Anabolic, and today I want to give you a really interesting leg workout that you can do at home to build big legs. And we're going to focus on one leg variation. So if you go to the gym, there are tens of thousands of dollars worth of equipment designed specifically for legs. Tons of fantastic exercises you can do at the gym, but at home, we've got very limited resources, right? So that's what this is all about, is giving you some really clever, interesting leg workouts you can do at home that require almost no equipment. So the exercises I'm going to show you today are going to be one leg focused, and the only equipment you're going to need are some dumbbells. Matter of fact, some of you guys won't even need dumbbells. You can just use your body weight. So this is a picture of me doing some leg extensions in my garage, but I had equipment, okay? I had a leg extension machine there. So this doesn't require that. Basically, all you need is yourself, maybe some chairs, and some dumbbells if you want to push yourself a little harder than just using your own body weight. Okay, all right, so I got 5 exercises coming up. Everything's gonna be just one leg at a time. But before I get to those 5 exercises, I want to remind you of a free resource we have, guys. So you're watching this on our YouTube channel right now. It's free, right? Hundreds of videos Gary and I have produced for you guys. Phenomenal, content. But also, we have a Facebook group, all right? And it's also free. We have over 13,000 members all over the world, and they're just like you, all right? So I guarantee you the men who are watching this video now are over 40. Most of you guys are probably in your 50s and 60s and even 70s. And that's the men who are in our Facebook group, all right? So I don't care if you don't like Facebook. I'm not a fan either. You don't even have to use your own real name or any pictures or anything. Just create an account and log on. So click the link below this video and it'll take you to our group. And it is fantastic. I'm the moderator, which means I'm on there every day answering questions, but also posting fun, interesting facts. And then all the other men around the world who are just like you are asking questions and helping each other, answering each other's questions, posting fantastic transformation pictures. You're not going to believe all the success stories you see in our Facebook group. So please take advantage of all these free resources we give you guys, because not everybody does that. Okay, so the very first single leg exercise today is something called a dumbbell split squat. But you don't have to use dumbbells. You might just do it with your own body weight. So let me demonstrate it with just my own body weight first, and then I'll show you how to use dumbbells just to make it more difficult. So a lot of you guys are familiar with, the old traditional lunges, all right, where you step out and then push back. So basically, this is a derivation of that. So what we're going to do is get into a lunge position, okay? Now remember, don't have your feet too close together in a straight line, okay? So you need to be kind of separated here, because that's going to give you your side-to-side stability, all right? That's a mistake I see people, when they do lunges, they'll step straight forward and they're trying to keep their balance, okay? So I'm going to step to the side and forward, okay? Nice big step. And then the split squat means we're just going to stay here and we're just going to go up and down, all right? We're basically going to do a squat with our legs split apart, okay? So you're not going to be alternating. You're going to stay on one leg, all right, and do between 8 and 12 reps, and it kind of depends on your conditioning and how strong you are, guys. All right, so you just straight up and straight down. And notice my back knee, I like to go all the way down to my knee just barely touches the ground and then back up, but you don't have to. It depends on any injuries you might have and your flexibility. So if you can only go part of the way down, all right, so see how my knee is still several inches off the ground? That's fine. You're still getting a fantastic workout. Now, most of the pressure, all right, most of the weight is on your front leg, but you're still going to be feeling it in your back leg at the same time. Now, guys, you want to make it a little tougher? Do it with some dumbbells, okay? So I'm going to switch over to the other leg now. I'm stepping forward and off to the side, and I'm just going straight up and down. Man, I'm really feeling it mainly in my front leg, okay, my forward leg, and you're gonna feel it in your quads and your hamstrings, okay? So guys, it's really a pretty straightforward exercise. You're not putting really any stress on your lower back, which makes it a really safe exercise to build legs without having to worry about, you know, those old man disc problems that a lot of us have. All right, so exercise number 2 today that just focuses on one leg at a time is a step up. Now, just like the first exercise I showed you, we can do it with your body weight only, or we can make it more difficult by using some dumbbells. So let me demonstrate body weight only. All right, so we're gonna be stepping up, all right? And the higher you step up, of course, the tougher it is. And the more emphasis you will put on your hamstrings and your glutes if you're stepping up really high. Now guys, typically I want to pick something about 18 to 24 inches off the ground. It can be your sofa cushion. All right, so I'm just going to step up and then back down. And I like to keep my foot up on the platform. No need to bring it back down because you're not really accomplishing anything with this part of the movement. The only part of the movement where you're accomplishing something is when you step up and then down. That up and down movement is what activates your quads, your hams, and your glutes, all right? So coming down here and then back up for another step up is pretty much wasted motion. Now guys, the problem with doing it on a cushion, whether it's a couch cushion or a chair cushion, is it's squishy. There's not a stable platform. So if you want, you can do this on like a wooden chair, a coffee table that's plenty strong, okay? So once again, there's no wobble, okay, because there's no cushion there. And I'm keeping my lead foot up on the platform that I'm stepping onto and then coming back down, all right? All right, now if you're in pretty good shape, especially if you don't, you know, or if you're not carrying a whole lot of extra weight, all right, that's gonna be really easy. So we're just gonna add some dumbbells to make it a little more difficult, all right? And I'm gonna keep my lead foot up here. I'm up, down. And guys, this is one of those exercises where I promise you, you can, even though it looks easy, you can make it really difficult just by adding more and more weight. And then if it's still too easy for you, because let's say you don't have real heavy dumbbells, all you gotta do is slow it down a little bit. So the tempo can just be a little slow up and then slow down. Up, and then you can go down slower, then you can go up. So guys, the other thing is, don't alternate back and forth. Because when you alternate back and forth, you're giving your legs time to rest, all right? So just do one leg at a time, all right? And let's say you're gonna do 12 reps, you just stick on this one leg for 12 reps. Give yourself a little breather before you go to the other side, all right? And I like to do that anytime I'm doing one arm or one leg and then doing the other arm or other leg, okay? It's because you'll get out of breath, all right? When you're doing one leg, you'll start to build up lactic acid in that one leg, all right? And if you immediately go to the other side, then you're not gonna be able to have as much energy and put as much effort into it. So it's gonna be kind of a lopsided deal. All you need is about 60 seconds to catch your breath and allow your body to pump a lot of that lactic acid that's building up in those muscles. Get it out of there, and then when you switch over to the other leg, you'll be able to put as much effort and intensity into that side as you did the first side. Okay, so exercise number 3 is something called a single leg deadlift, all right? So guys, there's a couple ways to do this. I wanna show you a really clever trick that's gonna make it easier for you guys to focus on, but I'm gonna show you how to do this just using your own body weight with no assistance from a chair. This is the tough thing. It's because of balance, okay? So we're gonna be basically doing a deadlift. And a deadlift is just, you know, kind of this movement here, but with one leg. That's the problem. So if I try to do this with one leg, it's kind of hard, right? So you're gonna have to really focus, and you don't have to go way deep, okay? This is kind of like a straight leg deadlift. Another name for it would be a Romanian deadlift, but we're doing it on one leg, okay? When I go down like that, I'm really feeling it in my hamstrings. You're gonna get some quad work too, but your hamstrings and your glutes is where most of the tension is gonna be. It's a great exercise, but man, it's so hard to keep your balance. Now for you guys that want to make it a little more difficult, you can do this, all right? In my off leg here, I'm really working my right leg right now. My left leg is doing nothing except balancing. I'm just barely touching the ground for balance, and then I'm going back and then bringing it up, okay? You're gonna have to use your arm for balance. That's just too hard, all right? So I don't like picking exercises for you guys where the balance is the limiting factor. I mean, we're all about building muscle and increasing our testosterone. Balance is nice to build, it's secondary though, all right? So get you a chair. This is fantastic. It's gonna make a night and day difference, right? So if I'm gonna do my right leg, and you don't have to use a dumbbell, you could use just your body weight, but I'm gonna just continue with a dumbbell. This makes it so much easier, guys. So the chair, I can even just put a couple of fingers there. The chair's not making it any easier as far as lifting the weight up. I'm still getting just as much tension on my right leg, but just that tiny bit of balance right there with that chair makes all the difference. And the other thing is, it means you can use heavier and heavier dumbbells. So you can get way more out of this exercise as far as building muscle, simply because you got just a tiny little cheat here, all right? So that's the key, guys. Even if you're not using dumbbells, when you're focusing on your right leg, put the chair on your left side. And if you want to, you can try to go down and touch the ground with your fingers. And then straighten your leg at the top. Simple as that, but I really recommend using the chair. You'll actually build more muscle, okay? Even though you're using the chair as a cheat, but only a cheat for your balance. All right, exercise number 4. You're gonna need 2 chairs for this, guys, trust me. This would be a really killer exercise. I can't do it. I've seen people do it on YouTube, and basically it's a single leg squat. I have some pretty good strong legs. I can lift a lot of weight, but I can't do a single leg squat. Hence the chair assist, all right? So guys, this is another thing where it's not just the balance that we're using the chairs for. In this case, we're gonna use the chairs to offload some of the weight off of our single leg, because it's just way too heavy for me, and probably also for you, to do a single leg piston squat. So I call these one leg squats with a chair assist, all right? So got 2 chairs here. I'm gonna show you how to do it with your right leg, and I'll switch over and do it on my left leg, all right? So focusing on my right leg right now, okay? Left leg is gonna be forward, and I'm just gonna go straight down, all right? Now it's fairly easy here, but as I get deeper and deeper, oh my gosh, it gets tougher and tougher. And now I can use my arms, my shoulders to help push up, all right? So you can give yourself as much assist or as little assist as you need. So you can have almost all of the weight on your leg, and your arms are just doing a little bit of effort, or you can come down and then really push up, all right, with your arms to take a lot of the load off of that single leg. So I'm gonna work on my left leg now, which means my right leg goes out straight. So I'm going down, I'm using my balance with my arms here, and at the bottom I just try to explode with my leg, But if you get stuck, if you're not going up like you think you should, you can add just a little more pressure with your triceps and your arms. That will deload the weight off of your leg, make it way easier. So guys, this is one of those exercises where if you're overweight, you're gonna have to use a lot more arm to get up and down. Whereas guys that aren't carrying much body weight, you'll be able to do almost all of the squat with your leg, and you'll be able to use your arms mainly for balance and just a little bit of assist, especially at the bottom part of the movement. Okay, so the fifth and final exercise today is gonna be single leg calf raises. So I got this wooden block here. It's just a 2x8, I believe. It's just used to give myself a little bit more range of motion. So let me show you how to do this without a wooden block, and then we'll use that and I'll explain how it actually helps just make the exercise a little more effective. So you can use a chair, you can use anything in the wall, whatever, to give you balance basically. All right, so instead of standing straight up and down or close to the wall or the chair, you know, this would be a one-legged calf raise. But see how I'm not getting a real good range of motion there? That's as far as I can go down. Now I'm on the ground. Now, if you step back, all right, a couple of feet, and now when I'm leaning forward and I'm at the bottom of the movement, see how my calf is more stretched than it is if I'm right here? So when you go back here, that's how you would just naturally stretch your calves, all right? But also, if you come off the ground just a little bit, now you got tension on your calf muscles. So up and down, all right? And when you get to the down movement, or the lowest part, try not to let your weight rest on the ground, okay? So try to come down just shy of the ground. Now, it may look like my heel is touching in the camera, but really all my weight is being carried on the ball of my foot right now. And then up here, and then of course, guys, this is an exercise where you have to kind of do slow, and then at the top, contract it. Push as hard as you can and hold it for a 1 or 2 count before you go back down. Now, this is where this wooden block helps out just a little bit. So if I'm doing the raises with my ball of my foot on the wooden block, see how much further down I can go. That's just providing a lot more stretch for my calf muscle. And then of course at the top of the movement is the same. All right, at the top, under full contraction, is no difference here than it is here on the ground, okay? But the benefit of having a block, or even doing this on a set of stairs, is at the bottom of the movement, you get more stretch, more range of motion. All right, so the bottom, and I like to kind of hold it for a second down here, and then up, 1, 2, down, 1, 2, up, 1, 2, and then down, 1, 2. So I live in a single story house, so I don't have the benefit of stairs. If you guys have got some stairs, then you have a big drop. You'll be able to let your heel decline as far as basically your range of motion will allow it to go, as far as your Achilles tendon and your calf muscle can stretch, which is fantastic, guys. So remember, this is another exercise. We're doing one leg at a time, and don't alternate back and forth after every rep. So do 10, 15, 20 reps, whatever it takes for you to get a good burn. Catch your breath, all right, 30 to 60 seconds. Let that lactic acid kind of get pumped out of that one calf muscle, and then do the other side. I'm a big believer of giving your body a little bit of rest when you're doing one-legged or one-arm exercises before you do the other side, for the reason I stated earlier in this video. All right, so guys, I gave you 5 great exercises that you can do at home. They're all basically one-legged based or centric, all right? You use basically no equipment if you don't need it, all right? You don't have to use dumbbells in any of these exercises. The only piece of equipment you might need is a couple of chairs just to keep your balance. And guys, there are no excuses, all right? You're working out at home. I'm giving you dozens and dozens of fantastic exercises. You don't have to go to a gym and use $100,000 worth of their equipment to build muscle, especially as you get older. There's just tons of things we can do at home. I mean, that's That's why I'm here shooting all these videos for you, to give you really good ideas on how to stay in shape or even get back in shape. Even if you haven't been working out for years and years, you really can turn your life around, but only if you stick with it and never give up on yourself.